Is Toy Story the greatest trilogy in film history? Could be. Let's see how much you know about the third in this episode of Disney Jeopardy. 3,221 clues have come and gone in the history of this show, but fear not, because I've got 26 new clues to test that Disnerd brain of yours in this 119th episode of Disney Jeopardy. Welcome in. As always, I am your host, Bryan Perri, and yes, Toy Story 4 may have been a good movie, but let's be real. The franchise should have ended with Toy Story 3 because that was the perfect ending. If you haven't seen Toy Story 3, well, you had a whole week to do so. I guess you'll just have to ace the other 4 categories in this episode. So without further delay, let's see what they are. Once again, Toy Story 3 was your final Jeopardy category last week. That means it carries over to this game. The second category you'll be playing, Let's Drop the Puck. It's time for some Disney hockey. Coming up third, in honor of graduation season, it is graduation. Fourth category is, of course, your theme park category of the week, and it is, what was that? What was that? It's a category all about those special attractions at Disney parks where you feel something that you might not expect. Maybe it's a spray of water in your face, maybe it's something crawling onto the floor or on your seat behind you. See how much you remember about those attractions. The fifth and final category is your Club DJ member category of the week. It is Face Mash. Face Mash picks up the win to the disappointment of Once Upon a Time fans. But Once Upon a Time fans, as you can see, you'll have a chance at redemption next week. Unfortunately, as you can see, Boy Bands comes in last, so we bid adieu to the runner-up for the last couple of weeks. Now it's time to begin the game with the cupcake round. Each of these clues worth just 200 points each, so hopefully knock it out of the park as we kick off this episode 119. It begins with Toy Story 3. The name of the daycare the toys end up at. What is Sunnyside?
Well, hello there. I thought I heard new voices. Welcome to Sunnyside, folks.
All right, I've already done a football category, I've already done a basketball category, and it is time for the greatest sport of all. Disney hockey coming at you. This Pixar character goes away to hockey camp. Who is Riley from the Inside Out franchise?
Really good at hockey. Every time we miss, we skate a lap around the rink. Hockey is not a game, it is a sport.
Let's move on to graduation for the first time. The colors of the caps and gowns worn at the end of High School Musical 3. What are red and white? Okay, Disney Park fans, it is your time to shine. The fourth category, the theme park category, gets underway with the 200-point clue. At the conclusion of this former 4D attraction, a voiceover asks guests to remain seated so that the beetles, maggots, and roaches can exit safely. R.I.P. We just killed the bug. Yeah, I went there. Anyway, yes, it's tough to be a bug is your correct answer, and it no longer exists, but it is getting replaced with Zootopia, so it's not completely a loss.
All honorary bugs remain seated so the beetles, maggots, and cockroaches may exit safely.
Okay, it's time to get impressed with my self-taught Photoshop skills. It's Face Mash for the first time in episode 119. Who are these two characters? All right, you know what? I could have made the proportions a little more realistic, but I was combining two characters from two different studios. You, of course, have Hans from Frozen and Ego from Ratatouille. We'll say that if Anna ran into this person while in the boat at the start of Frozen, I don't know if we're getting Love is an Open Door, nor do I know if she's marrying him right away. But he's still got the sideburns, so maybe that's just what she was into. Anyway, let's continue the game into the 400-point round. We're back to the greatest Pixar movie ever, perhaps? Toy Story 3. Lotso's full name. What is Lotso Huggin' Bear?
I'm Lotso Huggin' Bear, but please call me Lotso.
Buzz Lightyear, we come in.
Time to hit the ice for a little Disney hockey for the second time. Lumiere greeted fans during a pre-game ceremony introducing this brand new Disney-owned NHL team in 1993. Who are the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim?
We invite you to relax and take your seat as the city of Anaheim, the National Hockey League, and the Mighty Ducks celebrate a new era in sports entertainment.
'Cause hockey here is never second best.
That has to be the greatest pre-game introduction for an expansion team in the history of sports. Let's move on to graduation for 400 points. It's not quite a school graduation, but Russell does earn a makeshift badge of achievement at the end of Up. That's because Carl gives him a bottle cap from this type of beverage. What is grape soda?
I would like to award you the highest honor I can bestow. The Ellie Badge.
Let's move on to the second clue from the What Was That category. Guests are sprayed with water while the brooms from Fantasia appear on screen during this attraction. What is Mickey's PhilharMagic? Mickey's PhilharMagic, one of the most underrated experiences at Disney. Here comes your second face smash of the game. Now that is a good-looking fella. Who were the two characters I used to create him? Well, the blue hair should be a dead giveaway. A dead giveaway, see what I did there? Hades. Hades is the outside. The inside, though, that good-looking chap is Cusco. 400-point round complete. We now shift our way up to the 600-point round, which is kind of hard, not gonna lie. Let's begin with TS3. When Barbie first meets Ken, he compliments her on this fashion accessory. Well, it's Barbie who compliments Ken on his ascot. But what does Ken compliment Barbie on? That would be her leg warmers.
Hi, I'm Ken.
Barbie, have we ever met?
I would have remembered. Love your leg warmers.
Nice ascot.
Here comes Disney hockey for 600 points. In Miracle, prior to their game against the USSR, Coach Herb Brooks tells his Team USA players that great moments are born from blank blank. Fill in the blanks, you've got great opportunity.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
Halfway point of the game brings us to graduation for 6. At the end of their graduation, a proposal for marriage occurs between these two characters on Boy Meets World. Topanga asks Corey to marry her.
The John Adams High School class of 1998.
Will you marry me?
Here comes What Was That for 6. During Muppet Vision 3D, this character sprays water out of a flower at the audience. Who is Fozzie Bear?
Well, my new 3DX gonna shower you all with humor. Waka waka!
We're moving on to our third face smash. Let's combine two ladies this time. Who do we got here? Well, on the outside, you've got perhaps the strongest, physically strong female in Disney history. It's Encanto's Luisa from the Madrigal family. And that face, though, that face belongs to Moana. Now for the most underrated part of the game, it's the 800-point round where things get a little spicy. It's Toy Story 3 for 800. Buzz finds a few of the Sunnyside toys gambling Monopoly money inside one of these. What is a vending machine?
All
right, place your bets. Come on, everybody. Come on. Any splits? All right. Here we go. Come on, horse. Come on. Come on.
Hands down, favorite scene in the entire movie because you get to meet the degenerate gambling toys of the Toy Story franchise, led, of course, by Ken. Here comes Disney Hockey for 8. This Disney Channel original movie follows the story of a figure skater who ends up playing hockey to earn a scholarship to a boarding school. What is Go Figure? Never seen it. Let me know if I should. Here comes Graduation for the 4th time. The Lizzie McGuire movie begins with Lizzie graduating junior high and ends with her singing this song with the nearly identical Isabella. What dreams are made of?
Hey now, this is what dreams are made of.
Here comes What Was That? For 8. On Stitch's Great Escape, R.I.P., the scent of a Stitch burp can be smelled after he steals this food item from a guest. What is a chili dog?
Yum.
Hey, give me back my chili dog.
My chili dog. Oh, man.
Little blue.
Also, I have to say, I saw the Lilo and Stitch live action last weekend, and I think it might be a top 4 live action remake, top 3. I thought it was so good, like so unexpectedly good, really good. Like Stitch was likable, Lilo was likable, Nani was great. Like there was really nothing wrong with the movie. It was so good. All right, let's finish off the 8s with Face Mash again. I don't know if I've ever seen a better looking thing in my life. What 2 beautiful creatures created this pristine image? You know, the key to this beautiful smile right here is showing off the bottom teeth. Yes, that is Prince Naveen. They're very likely veneers, if we're going to be honest. On the outside, though, is the human form of Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast. And when you break it down, I feel like those two would be best friends. Lumiere and Prince Naveen, very similar in their personalities and interests. All right, 20 clues are down, 6 remain, including Final Jeopardy. But before we get there, you know what time it is. It is time for the most overly dramatic sounding unnecessarily. I'd like to put a game to 1,000-point round. Let's hit it. All right, let's kick off the 1000s. It's TS3. When Andy gives his toys to Bonnie at the end of the film, Woody is famously the last one he hands over. The first one he takes out of the box and gives to Bonnie is this character. Who is Jessie?
This is Jessie, the roughest, toughest cowgirl in the whole West. She loves critters.
We're pulling the goalie. It's the final minute of Disney hockey. Disney was originally set to co-produce this film about a chimpanzee who plays hockey, before the company deemed the movie as strictly for the video shelf. I don't understand that quote, honestly, because Disney's produced a lot of movies that go straight to the video shelf. A lot of not great flicks in their day, but I guess they just dropped out of this one. The correct answer is MVP, Most Valuable Primate.
Wait a minute, it's a monkey.
MVP, Most Valuable Primate.
Here comes your final clue from the graduation category. The final episode of this Disney Channel show saw the two main characters of the series graduate high school and then drive off towards the moon in a purple convertible. What is Kim Possible? Here comes your final clue from the What Was That theme park category. Mice run beneath the seats, and a snake named Gigabyte nearly eats guests during this 4D Disney attraction that no longer exists. What is Honey, I Shrunk the Audience?
Where are all the lights going?
Final clue on the board before Final Jeopardy brings us to Face Smash. Who is this adorable child? I've already referenced Bonnie earlier in the rounds. Hopefully she's fresh in your head because, yes, that is Bonnie on the outside. Whose face is that? That's Julia from Luca. 25 clues are down and one remains. It just so happens to be the one clue of the game that will ultimately determine how proud of yourself you're going to be for the next 7 days. Now, I asked you last week, what do you think about me making Final Jeopardy a movie every week? This way you can prepare for next week's episode by watching that film or rewatching a classic you haven't seen in a while. And a lot of you loved it. That means from here on out, at least for the foreseeable future, Final Jeopardy will always be a movie. What movie will it be right now, and what category will carry over to next week's episode? Find out. Toy Story 4. Well, why not? I did Toy Story 2 weeks ago, Toy Story 3 this week. Let's just finish off the franchise with Toy Story 4. How much do you remember about Toy Story 4, the big film from 2019? Based on your confidence level, make your wager. And time is up. Toy Story 4 made a boatload of money at the box office, hence why we're getting a Toy Story 5 in the very near future. But again, I kind of wish the franchise ended with Toy Story 3 because it was the perfect ending. But with Toy Story 4 being a category for next week's episode, I guess I gotta rewatch the movie. Let's see how well you're gonna do in this Final Jeopardy clue, the final clue of episode 119. The character Duke Kaboom hails from this place and claims to be their greatest stuntman. Good luck. And time is up. Duke Kaboom, the stuntman voiced by perhaps the most universally loved actor. I feel like nobody dislikes this guy, Keanu Reeves. Duke Kaboom was a hilarious character. Honestly, he was a great addition with Forky in Toy Story 4. Where did he hail from, though? That would be Canada.
Hi, Duke.
Who's the cowboy?
Duke, meet Woody. Woody, meet...
Duke Kaboom, Canada's greatest stuntman. Huh. Oh, yeah. Huh. Huh. Yes.
Huh? He's posing.
Huh.
Duke, we need
Hold
to...
on, one more. Oh, yeah.
Bow, bow, bow. Episode 119 of Disney Jeopardy is now complete. Thank you so very much for watching. It would not have been completed without the love of the Club DJ members. You guys are the very best, the rock stars of the Disney Jeopardy series. I was surprised, guys, over the results of the poll last week. I didn't realize you loved my face mash category so very much. I thought Once Upon a Time or boy bands was going to win. I thought face mash would come in last. Shows what I've learned over the last couple of years. Absolutely nothing. What will you choose this week? I'm not even going to try to predict it. But Once Upon a Time fans, if you want your characters category to make it into next week's episode, you better go vote right now. It'll have to defeat those two opponents. Will it do so? Only time will tell. As a reminder, you can also submit a clue for next week's episode, specifically the Toy Story 4 category, by heading over to DisneyJeopardy.com right now and clicking on the clue page. If you're still watching this episode, you only need one thing. You are waiting for the epic conclusion where I say, if you like what you saw, do me a favor, subscribe, click that bell icon. Everybody now, hello, bell, this way. Notified every time we come out with brand new content. I think I'm going to do that from now. I'm going to go Gaston into Patrick Warburton every single episode. Hope you join me next week, episode 120, which will feature Toy Story 4 and whatever the club DJ members choose. Hope to see you then.
Bye-bye.